Pokemon investing right now is crazy. Just the whole drama in this whole space of investing and just Pokemon in general, there's just a lot of stuff going on. And that's because there's just been a huge surge of demand in Pokemon recently that wasn't here earlier on in the Scarlet and Violet era. Remember back when Scarlet and Violet first got announced and we saw the first cards, the silver borders, the artworks, a lot of people actually left Pokemon. A lot of people said they didn't like the artworks, the silver borders, and a lot of people quit Pokemon. And it was sort of a low time in Pokemon, and I was still here for it. I was still making videos during the whole Scarlet and Violet era when it wasn't popular. But a lot of people, there was not this whole anger and a lot of people like being upset like there are now. But recently we've seen this whole surge of demand, and a lot of people are confused on why this has happened. Why are we seeing a huge demand in Pokemon all of a sudden? This is not like 2021 where there's something going on in the world that caused people to, get back into Pokemon. This is just actual demand because it's Pokemon itself that has made it popular. I really think, and this is just my whole theory with why Pokemon right now is getting really popular and why we're seeing this huge surge of demand and a lot of people being angry. Here's my theory. Just let me know down in the comments if you think this is actually, maybe somewhat of a true theory. So I believe that, 151 was the start of people getting back into the Scarlet and Violet era. So in the start of 151, a lot of people got back into it. And over time, that supply dried up and 151 products started to get expensive just recently. Just a few months ago, 151 products really started to climb. And after 151 started to climb, we started getting leaks of these future sets like Surging Sparks and just recently Prismatic Evolutions. So I feel like the prices of 151 rising, a lot of people getting back into it because of 151, and we're seeing these really good sets, Surging Sparks, like arguably the best main set we've seen so far from Scarlet and Violet, and we're seeing Prismatic Evolutions with the Eevees. I feel like this is all just sort of a perfect storm where it's all timing together, where more people got back into 151, products are getting expensive because people are opening packs because people like 151, and we're seeing these better sets now in the Scarlet and Violet era. That's my theory on why I really feel like the market is the way it is now, is because I just feel like it's all happening at once. And you got to remember, like I said, there has been no sort of catalyst like in 2021 when everything in the world was going crazy. There's nothing happening in the world. It's literally just the Pokemon sets are good. That's literally all it is. And since there has been this huge surge of demand recently, a lot of people have found ways to make money, and we can see that with this. I just searched this up on YouTube, Pokemon scalping. Recently, we've seen the people at Costco fight over the 151 tins, the Elite Trainer boxes. I'm going to be honest with you, there's a lot of people that make these videos, getting, angry about scalpers, hating on them. Yeah, definitely, this whole scalping thing, investing thing, people like to interchange investors, scalpers. I don't really care what word to use, but it's upsetting. I understand because normal people, whatever, they just want to get in open. Yes, people are trying to make money off this stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people that it's like, there's no point of crying and whining about it. It's just how it works. If Costco really wanted to prevent this from happening, or any of these stores that have these products that you can flip for money, they would put purchase limits. Some places probably do, but some places probably don't. It just is what it is. That's how the market goes, and there's really nothing you can do. You can cry about it and whine, but it's not going to change anything. So yeah, this whole scalping thing, this word just came back recently. Anytime there's like hype or something with Pokemon or whatever is out there, definitely scalpers and everything people get upset of. Those people. Honestly, for me, I don't really care because it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about it, and it is what it is. I accept the fact that it happens. I'm not gonna whine over it. But now I want to talk about Pokemon investing because I've also seen this, the scalping thing with people going to Costco, people getting mad at that. But now since people are getting mad at the scalpers, it's also going, towards also the investing channels on YouTube. Now, I know there's a whole meme around Pokemon investing channels, how people don't think that Pokemon investing is a real thing. It's not investing. It's all gonna crash. Why are people giving financial advice? So there's this whole argument with Pokemon investing, and more people now, I think, are arguing against this whole investing thing because we're seeing these products just get so expensive now. So scalpers, investors, they're all evil people because they're buying all the supply up. And it's true, investors, they're part of the reason why maybe some of this product is going up, but it's the same thing as, the scalpers. You cannot control this stuff. You can get mad at people for investing, scalping, whatever you want to call it, but it's not going to stop. And guess what? I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep scalping. I'm going to keep investing. I'm telling you, all the angry people in the space that say they're going to leave the hobby because of these people and these investors and scalpers, all they care about is money and they're ruining the hobby, then you can leave. But I'm just telling you right here, this hobby and this whole thing going on right now with all this demand and stuff, it's not going to stop. So all those people out there, if you're watching and you're one of those people that's like a collector and you don't care about value, you don't care about anything, this is going to get worse. And we've seen it get worse. So I just want to make this video to talk about this whole situation because a lot of the collectors are getting angry, and I understand, and it's unfortunate, but the demand right now for Pokemon is really high. And that's where a lot of people are calling for reprints, a lot of these, crazy things like reprint into the ground, Pokemon, why aren't you printing enough? Unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. Pokemon, I don't really think is going to print this stuff into the ground. They've done it before, and I think they've learned their lesson. They've printed a ton of things in the past into the ground, and I think they've learned from that. So I don't think Pokemon is going to print things into the ground. Yes, they will reprint things, like I'm not saying they're not, but they're not going to reprint things into the ground where they're worthless, because I think Pokemon is smarter than that to just, crash all the prices of everything, because they know that people care about value because this is a collectible. But yeah, right now, just Pokemon investing, scalping, it's all at an all-time high. If you go look on YouTube and you just search up Pokemon investing, there's a lot of channels out there right now that are getting a lot of views. If you scroll down here enough, you'll probably find my channel somewhere here. You can see I have an older video up here. But yeah, there's still a lot of channels, a lot of new ones I've also seen. But yeah, Pokemon investing right now is just at an all-time high. And I just want to show you guys just some of these like prices that I feel like is the reason why this has really started, and just the popular sets right now that are going crazy. So 151, I'm telling you, I really feel like this is one of the catalyst things that really started this whole hype thing, is because like this was released a little bit over a year ago. These were under retail at release, but you can see here it took a little bit of time. They were going up a tiny bit, but like I said, just recently these have really gone up. And then after that, Surging Sparks, after 151 got expensive, Surging Sparks, everyone saw the cards, and this was like the best main set we've ever seen so far from Scarlet and Violet, and it was pre-selling for all the way up to like 160. And then now it's at $200 just a few weeks after. So it's all crazy. And I'm telling you, and I said this when Surging Sparks, even before it was released, it was going to get worse. And we can see that with Prismatic Evolutions. And arguably, I would say that Prismatic Evolutions is probably going to be a worse situation than Surging Sparks, because there's no booster boxes. There's only Elite Trainer boxes, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. There's the booster bundles. There's no booster boxes. So what does that mean? There's less packs, maybe they print more Elite Trainer boxes, I don't really know. But I really feel like Prismatic is going to be worse, especially because it's an Eevee set. A ton of people are talking about Prismatic. I think it's going to be worse than Surging Sparks. And when Team Rocket comes out and all these other sets, it's going to get worse. So I just want to make this video to tell you guys, especially those out there, if you're collectors, I understand you don't care about value, whatever. But it's just, you can't keep complaining because it's not going to do anything. It's going to get worse, I'm telling you. Just there's too much demand right now, and you can say, Pokemon, why are you not printing all this stuff in the ground? I'm pretty sure Pokemon knows what they're doing. They're printing probably as much as they can, and they're probably printing enough to the point where they're not going to diminish the value, but at the same time, they're trying to print enough so that people can get what they want. But I think it's really hard to balance that stuff out, and it's possible that Pokemon is doing the best they can, but there's just a lot of demand. It's just demand. Like, it's crazy how some people are still saying this is all manipulation and all this evil, investors and scalpers are changing the prices. It's crazy how people think that's a thing when Pokemon is actually just really popular right now, because we weren't seeing this stuff. Like, honestly, if you go to other sets, if you don't talk about 151, Surging Sparks, or maybe Twilight Masquerade really recently hasn't been talked about, but look at Stellar Crown. Look at Paradox Rift. Like, those boxes, booster boxes, are still like $100, $110. Like, Pokemon overall is popular right now, but it's mainly the more popular sets. There's plenty of other sets you can open if you're a collector in Scarlet and Violet. That's not that expensive. It's just a few sets: Surging Sparks, 151, and Twilight Masquerade. It's kind of expensive, but there's like things you can open or collect that's not hyped up. You don't have to join all this hype. Yes, Prismatic Evolutions and all these other sets you might want to open up, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to pre-order early. That's just the game now. That's what you have to do, and that's what I am trying to do, or I should have done with Prismatic. But yeah, it's just, I understand there's a lot of things going on right now that a lot of people are not happy with, especially just the main collectors and people, the people that just play the game that don't care about value. Yes, people are going to be attracted to Pokemon now that you can make money pretty easily, and it's just going to be a thing. So that's all I wanted to say today, is just speak about this whole topic of, just Pokemon investing right now, and just how I feel like it's just gotten more popular, and with, the investing stuff on YouTube getting more popular, and just the scalping thing, it just, there's a lot of anger right now in Pokemon, and a lot of people upset of just how things are going. And there's gonna be people that are going to leave, unfortunately. But like, trust me, it's not, this hype thing is not gonna last forever. I'm guessing a few years from now, or maybe even closer, who knows, it's gonna go away at some point. It's not gonna be like this forever. So you can come back when things start to slow down. Maybe some big reprints happen for these sets in the future, and then you can come back. But unfortunately, like I said, things are not going to get better, at least in the near future, because we have a lot of good sets coming up, and there's just a lot of people that are really excited for these sets. A lot of people pre-ordering, and I think honestly that's part of the problem, is that people, pre-ordering. Yeah, that's definitely like a whole nother topic I can get into, but that's definitely part of the problem why we see these prices. But maybe I'll make a whole separate video about that. But you just want to talk about this whole topic. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this whole market we're in right now, how you feel about it. Are you angry, or are you playing into it? So let's end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.